Happy Tuesday, everybody. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to laugh about. So grab a beverage. Hopefully, you're wearing something very comfy. Smash that like, and let's get this party started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want. Cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Stand-up comedian and pop culture vulture, Joleen Lunzer here for another No Offense, All Offense, where we take a look at trending news topics, pop culture, our favorite reality shows, things we love to hate, things we hate to love. It's Tuesday, so smash that like, you guys. Hit that subscribe. Producer Prince is here if you're not already subscribed. And remember, if this is your first time here, I'm very opinionated. We roast the news. We have fun. We make fun of things. We have a good time. I'm very opinionated, but that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion. You're welcome to sound off in the live chat or the comment section for the replay crew. Hello, replay crew. And we can just respectfully agree to disagree.
That's my opinion!
It's just my opinion. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to go live so late today. Normally we like to keep it a little earlier, but hopefully maybe today then some people who can't normally join us will join us. So we have so much to talk about today. Yesterday's No Offense, All Offense was very fun. If you want to check that out, it is the video before this one. I'll link it at the end of this video. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you know the drill. You can join my membership here on YouTube where you can get exclusive content, or if you prefer Patreon, you can check that out. Otherwise, you can send a super chat while we're live, or you can always hit me up on the Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Shout out to Gigi. I got your, I think it was a Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. But liking and subscribing is a free way to support the channel. Okay, Alex says, OMG, Jolene, I'm having the worst day at work, and seeing your live has lifted my spirits. We are here to lift up Alex. Alex, we got you. We got you. It's the worst. I hate bad days at work. It's like, you go tell your work. I didn't come here for a bad time, okay? And I didn't come here for a long time. I came here for a good time. So you better show me that, or I'm going to show myself the door, and you're going to pay me some severance. All right. Thank you, Amy. I got my hair done today. That's why we went live a little bit later. We're keeping it a little longer right now. Shout out to Lexi, my stylist. She is young and cool and beautiful, and was like, hey, let's keep it long. Let's not chop it up. And I was like, all right, if you say so, Lexi. You're going to keep me cool and young. All right. Steven is here. Good to see everybody. Remember, sound off in the live chat. Everything I talk about. I want to know all your hopes, dreams, and opinions as we go through this. Thank you, Jackie. You guys are so sweet. So sweet. Okay. So yesterday we talked about, I feel like the halftime show for the Super Bowl, this is a halftime show that's going to be talked about for a very, very long time, because there were so many Easter eggs, so many things in Kendrick Lamar's halftime show this past Sunday for the Super Bowl, that it was like a whole history lesson. And it was a whole moment. It was a word. It was words. It was just so much going on. Besides, you see a halftime show, it's like singing, dancing, and this was like a movement, the moment. It was so good. And so I have just been following all of the people who are breaking down the performance, and also people's reactions, because there are obviously some negative reactions to the performance. And so following, we got some trader stuff I want to talk about too, but let's just start off right with some more, because I feel like not enough can be said about what Kendrick actually did at the Super Bowl and in that performance, and the imagery. It was just amazing, and I loved every second of it. Okay, so the symbolism, I'm gonna share this here. Yes, that is me. Jeez. Instagram's like, are you sure that's you, Jolene? Yeah. What, you guys don't recognize me? Instagram. Get smart to yourself. Okay. And then we can also talk a little bit about why Serena Williams was there, because I know a lot of people are asking that question. And I went back and watched the Super Bowl halftime show. Normally I don't go back and watch the halftime show after. And now I've I've just been following everything and watching everything, eating up all the content having to do with that. And it has now become the most watched Super Bowl halftime show, I think they said, of all time. So the fact that some people are like, that was stupid. It's like, well, not that stupid because people are watching it. And it's crazy. And if you're, and if some people aren't, if you don't follow Kendrick Lamar and his career, or you're not a fan of rap and hip hop, or you don't know, about the kind of rivalry, or I don't want to call it rivalry, but between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, and if you don't know the lore behind it, I guess then people will be like, huh? But it's so interesting. And Kendrick is one of those artists who is just so thoughtful, thought provoking, smart when it comes to what he does, when it comes to his art. Okay. So shout out to the Shade Room on Instagram was saying, connecting the K dots. Did y'all catch the symbolism in Kendrick's Super Bowl performance? So, and we see our friend Kempire there in the comments saying, love this breakdown. Let's just like Kempire's comment because we love Kempire. Okay. So number one, when Uncle Sam says, this is the great American game, it's a double entendre. He's referencing America's most popular sport, the NFL, and he's introducing a story about the game of America, politics, capitalism. Let me make this bigger than myself here. I'm going to do it like this. Okay. So let's listen to American Game. So you guys can hear that. Give me a thumbs up as soon as you can hear it. All right. So we hear Uncle Samuel L. Jackson. All right. So Uncle Sam being portrayed by Samuel L. Jackson was intentional. He played the house slave in Django Unchained, where he was used by the slave master to keep the other slaves in line. A Black Uncle Sam represents the affluent Black people at the top, or represents the affluent Black people at the top used to do the same. Why is this thing in the way? The same. I'm trying to read it here. The same thing in modern day. Okay. Next, Kendrick plays an unreleased track from his GNX album. He says, the revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. It's clear that during one of the most watched events on television, Kendrick intends to highlight the real American game and what we're living through right now, which is quite the game. I'd like to think of it as The Last of Us. All right. It's kind of like, this is what it reminds me of, The Last of Us. All right. It's the video game and the television show. So yeah, when Kendrick said that, it's clear that during the revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. So here, after Squabble Up, Uncle Sam chimes in, saying the performance is too ghetto and asks if Kendrick really knows how to play the game. Uncle Sam, who is really more of an Uncle Tom, represents entities that try to censor, control, and profit off of Black American culture. And this is all happening during Black History Month, which a month which this administration would like to, get rid of. They don't want us learning anything about critical race theory, which is just basically how America became America, and the racism within this country and our country being founded on slavery. They don't want to talk about that, but they make it out like it's something else. Anyways, so very poignant, very important. In response to this, Kendrick plays Humble with his dancers in a notably divided American flag formation. The choreography was just so wonderful, and the imagery here is just very beautiful, while bobbing their heads yes in compliance while he's playing Humble. I mean, has a halftime performer ever put this much into it? Do you think Aerosmith ever thinks this much about their music? No offense, all offense to Aerosmith, but I don't think so. The next shot shows Kendrick and his dancers on a prison yard. The lights in the background say, warning, wrong way, representing the need for a redirection for Black people in America, economic, social, political. So, and you can see it right there. Warning, wrong way in the lights. After this is the streetlight scene. Streetlights represent the dangers of growing up in the inner city, where Black children are told to be home by the time the streetlights come on. Uncle Sam scolds Kendrick and his group for using the culture cheat code, referencing racial profiling. Uncle Sam asked the scorekeeper to deduct one life, because remember, it's all being played like a video game with the video controller and such. Okay, Kendrick teases playing Not Like Us, but pivots playing ballads with SZA. Uncle Sam says, that's what America wants. Nice and calm. Calm and nice. Nice and calm, calm and nice. And she just has the most beautiful voice, too. Kendrick interrupts Uncle Sam's nod of approval and says, 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music.
Really about to do it? 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music.
And obviously, the starting of Not Like Us. K. Dot finally performs Not Like Us, complete with Compton superstar Serena Williams crip walking in a tennis skirt. This isn't just a shot at her ex Drake, but a nod to her being criticized for crip walking after beating Maria Sharapova. I feel like there's a lot of Povas in tennis. Am I wrong on that? Okay. Beating Maria Sharapova in the 2012 Wimbledon match. And we all remember her doing a little crip walk. And then didn't she get fined? Well, she got in trouble, like they're saying, for that in 2012. All right. And then we see the dancers here line. Now, some people have said, it's like the chalk, the outline, like body. And then other people have peeped that there are some like swastika type symbolism within the dancers and the choreography here. And I'm just like, every single breakdown, but there's more. So what's wrong? Okay, like our cat's gotten an egg, I think. Jill had eggs out. Like he was gonna make cookies, and the cats have knocked over one egg, and now they knocked over another. So if people are like, well, Serena Williams is in the halftime show, like, why was she in the Super Bowl halftime show? So her history with Kendrick Lamar's, and this is according to Slate.com, Kendrick Lamar's nemesis is unforgettable for someone like me who saw it up close, which this is by Ben Rothenberg. So Ben Rothenberg is here. I'll show you guys the article. So if you want to, you can read along. I mean, this shit is just so damn interesting. This is what sets like amazing artists apart from just like singers, songwriters, rappers, like comedians. To have this much, detail and thought, and to provoke, and to, take the power you have to speak truth to power. That's like, shit, that is the coolest way, the coolest stuff you can do with art. All right. End Up says there's so much history in this country that's been washed. Yeah, it's been whitewashed, and people are afraid. And now we have idiots out there going, I think we should talk about critical race theory, because whoever named it that made it sound so scary, and it literally is just our history. It literally is the history of America and racism in America and slavery and us learning about that. Which I never thought people like, I don't think we should do that. It's really bad. It's really bad stuff. And you're like, oh God. Dum-dums. Okay. So we see Serena here. This originally appeared in Bounces, the author's newsletter about the world of professional tennis. It's been reprinted and adapted with permission. So they're telling us all this stuff. I was greatly enjoying watching the Philadelphia Eagles, of whom I am a devoted fair weather fan, go Birds, dominate Super Bowl 59 when my phone lit up. And what I'm learning about the Philadelphia Eagles too, I have like a whole new respect for that entire organization, a whole new respect for their quarterback, a whole new respect for just, I didn't know shit about the Eagles, I'll be honest with you. And I am learning. Okay. So people are like, was that Serena? Seeing Serena Williams popping up during a Super Bowl isn't surprising. 2 years ago, she was in ads for 2 different alcohol brands, Remy Martin and Michelob Ultra, before the first quarter had even ended. But this time, Serena was there at the big game in person. And she wasn't just in the crowd. She was gleefully dancing on a grave for 4 vivid seconds on the screen. Hearkening back to my memories of one of the most memorable celebrity hangers-on in my years covering tennis. This is entirely more gossipy. So the author of this article is saying this is more gossipy than their standard. That's why we're reading it. We want to hear about it. We like the gossipy. But since Serena's surprise appearance became a news event Sunday night, here's the story of why Serena was there. So Serena and Drake. Drake, the Canadian rapper who also played on Degrassi and was in a wheelchair. All right. Whom I admittedly knew best from his acting work. Yes, on one of my sister's favorite shows, Degrassi, The Next Generation, became a suddenly constant presence in Serena's orbit midway through one of the most successful seasons, 2015. I first remember seeing Drake that year at Wimbledon. He was sitting next to her sister Venus during Serena's quarterfinal win over Victoria Azarenka. Apologies to Victoria if I did not pronounce your name correctly. Serena was near the peak of her pop culture preeminence and was collecting celebrities as she progressed toward an elusive calendar year Grand Slam. By the time she made it to the Wimbledon final, her player box had more star power than the adjacent Royal box, with Drake joined by the likes of Anna Wintour, the always sunglassed Anna Wintour. Drake wasn't acting like the typical celebrity fan, though. Someone who would show up for a match and then leave. He trailed Serena around the Wimbledon facilities like a puppy, following her wherever he could. Most memorably for me, Drake sided. Is that what he said? Sidled? I need my glasses on for this. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay. Sidled into an empty seat, slid, I don't know, next to mine at one of Serena's post-match Wimbledon press conferences. It wasn't shocking that Drake was also there when Serena played in Toronto a month later, since that's his hometown. But I was genuinely stunned to see him trailing Serena to her next tournament after that too. Schlepping to the far-flung, oh my God, I'm like eating my own hair here. Hold, please. Okay. There we go. Schlepping to the far-flung Cincinnati suburb of Mason, Ohio, to remain by her side. Drake wore a big red puffy jacket to try and blend into the crowd at the summer tournament. Unsuccessfully. Oh, you're going to wear a big puffy jacket unsuccessfully? Yeah, in the summer? Yeah. I still remember interviewing Serena's coach, Patrick, in the player lounge in Mason after Serena won the tournament, as Drake sat on a nearby armchair and eavesdropped until Serena returned from the locker room and pulled him away. Drake was clearly very, very into Serena, but it was never clear how serious Serena was about him. As it happened, Serena had already met her future husband, Alexis, a few months earlier in Rome. Drake also followed Serena to New York, where he attended the heartbreaking loss in the U.S. Open semifinals to Roberta Vinci that ended her Grand Slam bid, and later her show at the New York Fashion Week, where she showed off her HSN clothing line. But when I next saw Serena in New York at the December banquet, where she accepted her 2015 Sports Illustrated Spokesperson of the Year award, okay, her coach was there. Alexis, her now husband, was there as her plus one. Alexis has occupied that role for Serena ever since, formalizing the status in their 2017 wedding. Serena moved on from Drake, all right? But Drake seemed to have a much longer tougher time moving on from Serena. 7 long years after whatever their relationship had been, Drake addressed Serena and her husband in his 2022 track, Middle of the Ocean. Sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie. He claim we don't got a problem, but no, boo, it is like you coming for sushi. That's interesting. Okay. Of all the insults for Drake to come up with, groupie was a wild projection. The author of this article is saying he was addressing the guy who actually married, settled down, and had a kid with a woman who he used to follow around on the tour. The couple, fresh off their 5-year anniversary, enjoyed responding to the diss together. The reason I stay winning is because I'm relentless about being the absolute best at whatever I do. Alexis wrote, or did Serena write that? No, Alexis wrote that. Including being the best groupie for my wife and daughter, which is adorable. That's so adorable. But he's like, yeah, that you're not gonna. I love how Drake was all those years later had that interesting lyric, and then thought that he was like saying something that, oh my God, he's a groupie. Like a husband can't support his uber successful and talented wife. Like that's somehow a bad thing. Goodness gracious. And here's the tweet in which Alexis, her husband, says this. The 23-time Grand Slam champion replied below her husband's response with several smitten, satisfied emojis. Yeah, I mean, hello, I want my husband to be my biggest fan and to be obsessed with me. Hello, why else would you get a husband? You should be obsessed with your spouse, you know. Famously, it wouldn't be the last time Drake's attempt at a dig would get shown up by his target's response. Drake is just not good at this. I mean, he should have saw that in 2020, Alexis, if this guy who's not even in the music business, if he was just like, yeah, okay, cool one, bro. Anyways, I got the girl. I love her and I'm her groupie because she's my wife and my daughter. And she was just your obsession. That's cool. Cool, bro. So he already got bodied by Serena's husband. Jeez, Drake. I still am like, why'd you even start this fight with Kendrick Drake? It's just, I'm so embarrassed for you. Famously, it wouldn't be the last time we said that. All right. Serena's Super Bowl shuffle. After Kendrick Lamar won a lopsided rap feud with Drake in 2024. Very lopsided because Drake it doesn't hit the same. No offense, all offense. That culminated with his track Not Like Us, in which he insinuated things that buried Drake with such success that Drake eventually filed a lawsuit. And we know that there's a lawsuit now for this song. Lamar was named the halftime performer for Super Bowl 59. As he planned his showcase, Kendrick Lamar invited Serena to that iconic stage, giving her the chance to make her thoughts on Drake clear in front of the world. After an early cameo by Samuel L. Jackson, the show reached its peak near the end, with Lamar performing Not Like Us, as Serena, who shares Compton roots with Kendrick Lamar, was shown dancing the Crip Walk, the same dance she famously did on the center court after winning a gold medal, like we heard in the 2012 Olympics. See Serena here. And I don't know why you would get in trouble over that, but tennis is weird. Sports sometimes can be weird. Serena has long enjoyed dancing and has some prior experience doing it in front of big crowds, including recreating her cameo in Beyonce's Sorry music video during Bey's subsequent tour for Lemonade. Serena had never danced, though, in front of anything like the crowd watching Super Bowl 59 around the world, but her appearance Sunday night made perfect sense to me, and it certainly struck a chord. Serena has rarely turned down a big stage or opportunity to deliver a heavy blow when holding a grudge. And I love this for her because I saw some people who are like very big Drake fans are like, this is pathetic, you're married. But it's like Serena wasn't speaking on Drake, though. Drake was speaking on her and her husband in his music. So all these years later, and we don't even know if they really dated or not. So we don't know. There's so much going on behind the scenes. So much. Thank you, Indiana Girl Jules, for being a member for 44 months. You're amazing. Jules said late to the show, but I loved your recap about the Super Bowl and the halftime show. Perfection from Kendrick. Clearly, others don't get the message. Stacey says Drake has a lot of feelings and he's always in them. Yeah. He's always in them. Sarah says Drake's a crybaby. Notu says, yeah, tennis, very uppity. We learned that about tennis, figure skating through the Tanya Harding story. And it is, a sport, of privilege a lot. Usually people, it had been dominated by people previously with like means for like lessons in the tournaments and all the things. Same way figure skating was. Max says Drake is an insecure man. I mean, it does come off as like, why are you talking about this woman and her husband all these years later? Like, that's the part that's cuckoo bananas. Okay. So let's watch. There's some really good breakdowns on the TikTok. So shout out to these creators. Let's share them. Make sure you give them a nice like and a follow on TikTok. This guy is this is from Blabber Talk. And let me just speed it up a tinge. Maybe do 1.25. Right? I like to listen to things a little sped up. You guys know that. I know a lot of you do too. All right, give me a thumbs up as soon as you can hear. And golf too, Shine. Yes. Yep, that's true. Okay. As soon as you can hear the audio. I didn't share the screen. I didn't share the damn screen, you guys. You guys are like, Joleen, we don't hear anything because you didn't share the screen. Apologies. How dare I? Okay, here we go. Now we're cooking. Here we go. Let's start this over. Actually, I'm gonna put it back down to 1 because what he's saying is important, and I wanna miss it.
The halftime show wasn't supposed to be entertainment. It was a message laced with symbolism about our government and control. In the lyrics, the revolution about to be televised. Right time for the wrong guy. Kendrick warned the audience to pay close attention. Samuel L. Jackson dressed as Uncle Sam, a national personification of the United States, symbolizing our government and our military. Uncle Sam represents patriotism and national identity. But with Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam, Kendrick was making a statement. He was telling his people to get ready. The division of the American flag highlighted the division in America. The Crips dressed in blue, the Bloods dressed in red. Together, they symbolized our country coming together in unity. The stars and the stripes were divided, illuminating the division in America. Serena Williams' hands shone, lifting the people up. This was more than just a halftime show.
That was beautiful, sir. That was beautiful. So, I mean, that literally so many messages, so many meanings. I don't think we've ever seen. That's why I'm just mesmerized by this shit because we've never seen a halftime show like this. Okay, here's another breakdown that I enjoyed. This young lady, and she her TikTok is at Bring Jess. What the heck does that say? At Bring Jess the Horizon, I think it is. Okay, I think that's what it is. I really should have brought my glass. I'm like, what the hell does it say? I got the itty bitty letters over there. Okay, I got a case of the 40s happening right now. I'm like, what the hell does that say? All right, Jess. Bring Jess the Horizon with 2 N's, I think, on the TikTok. Let's hear what she says.
Kendrick Lamar is the more that you listen, the more that you'll hear. And the more that you watch, the more that you'll see. So I just rewatched the Super Bowl halftime show again, and there's so much shit in this. Let's talk about it. First, I want to point out that his entire Super Bowl stage is a PlayStation controller. And who owns PlayStation? Sony? Where's Drake signed to? Sony. So that's the very first button that he's pushing here. Samuel L. Jackson comes out as Uncle Sam, and he starts the game. He says, this is America's greatest game. But America's greatest game is actually on halftime, so that's not what he's talking about. Then opens with a clip of his song GNX, standing on top of his GNX. This man said, you would not get the picture if I had to sit you for hours in front of the loop. Meaning some of you are just not going to get this. Followed by, started with nothing but government cheese, but now I can seize the government too. And then says the revolution's about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. And behind him, the crowd lights lit up, warning, wrong way. Background dancers are super important to this too because they're jumping out the GNX, all the different set colors. And then Kendrick goes into Squabble Up, and all of the sets kind of go into their own colors with their own people, and they get ready, and they look like they're about to fight. As he plays Squabble Up, they all stay in their own little sets, and they all squabble up together. They then all march into these lines on the stage, and it pops back to Uncle Sam. Uncle Uncle Sam says this isn't what America wants. It's too loud, it's too reckless, and it's too ghetto. And he asks if Kendrick even knows how to play the game. The dancers then follow Kendrick up onto stage, surround him in the shape of the American flag. Kendrick is the only star on the stage, and he follows the rules, and he plays humble. Sit down. Be humble. But at the end of it, he says, hold up. And then he goes into DNA, and notice that all the sets behind him are now stepping together. I got loyalty, I got royalty inside my DNA. Dude is reminding himself who he is. He ends this little bit with, wish I was, hold up, instead of wish I was dead. Then this man plays Euphoria, and all the sets are still together in their own colors, but they're all marching in line, and they're all marching towards the same thing, kind of like they're marching into battle. He then says it's KDOT, the fireworks go off, and he transitions into a brand new song that he debuted on the Super Bowl. I could be wrong about that, correct me if I am, but I'm pretty sure it was just debuted at the Super Bowl for the first time, and it's called Man at the Garden. And notice how the background dancers are all posted up like they're on the corner rapping like back in the days in the streets. He's literally taking it back to what he knows. And then he transitions into Peekaboo. But Uncle Sam pops back in and says that, oh, I see you brought your homeboys, the old culture cheat code. And then he deducts one life away from Kendrick. Almost like if you get all your people together, you could lose a life. This is where the subliminal messaging gets so deep, and he is the king of Easter eggs, I shit you not. Because now he's showing you exactly what to do on each move. He's now on the X button, so this is the first button he decided to push. And if you pay attention, he'll show you exactly what you should be doing when you're making these moves yourself, because he's calling out to everybody in this performance. But the first move he wants to make is on Drake, and he comes through, and as he's playing Peekaboo, he does the Hotline Bling dance. This is also where he teased Not Like Us by saying he wanted to make a move, but he didn't play it. As if he's choosing the right moves and when to make them. And right now is not the right time. He then says he's going to calm it down, and he goes over to the triangle button, and SZA and him perform their song Luther. Those lyrics say, better days coming for sure, and if it was up to me, I wouldn't give these nobodies no sympathy. And then we move over to the circle button. While they're all circling the circle with each other, the rest of the sets are marching towards the circle button. This is where Kendrick and SZA perform their song All the Stars. All the stars that are missing from that flag when Kendrick was the only one up there, we're all the stars. Everyone that is watching this performance is all the stars. He's calling to you. That's when Uncle Sam pops back in and says, that's what America wants to see. It's nice and it's calm, and tells him not to mess this. And before he can say up, Kendrick starts playing the Not Like Us beat. He did his little bit with the girls, and they asked if he was really going to do it. And he said, 40 acres and a mule, this is bigger than the music. 40 acres and a mule is what they promised slaves after the Civil War. And then they tried to rig the game, but they can't fake influence, and smiled into the camera. And knowing Kendrick, he could be very influential. He then dragged Drake up and down New Orleans Super Bowl field, smiling straight into the camera when he said, say Drake. The crowd screamed A minor while he has a lowercase a on his chain, and the entire dancer spelled out minor. Then he brought out Serena Williams, and she was crip walking on Drake's grave. She's from Compton. She's Drake's ex. And her sister was also unalived in a drive-by shooting involving the Crips. Kendrick is literally saying it doesn't matter what's ever happened before. We got to come together right now. And he's using Serena Williams in multiple different ways to show that. He then brought out Mustard and played TVs off and turned off the TV on Drake's ass. The lights in the crowd behind him said game over. If you were to ask me, I'd say this is most likely a multiplayer game. It sit you for hours in front of that loop, and some of y'all still won't get this. It's chess, it ain't checkers, and dude is diabolical. So if you hear somebody say that the Super Bowl halftime was trash, they just don't get it.
They just don't get it. Oh my God. I know. Just like what Angela Clark Little saying, just when I think I understood the meaning, I learn more. It keeps giving. And even just the shots, like the pictures, like just the imagery going on here. Let me share a couple things here, a couple pics here. It was just so beautiful, so poignant. Like I just geek. I geek. I can't help but geek out over this because it's amazing. Like this shot, gorge. Thank you, Christina, for the first super chat of the live. Christina says this is so not my generation. Don't recall Barry Manilow throwing down with Kenny Rogers, or Air Supply beefing with Bread, or Starlight Vocal Band. There were beefs back in the day. Do you remember there's lots of musical beefs. There's always been musical beefs. But I think it was, who are the guys that sing Sweet Home Alabama? There was a rumor that one of them was buried because they had a feud with Neil Young, allegedly. And my parents used to tell me the lore behind this, of, the story of how one of them said they were buried in a Neil Young t-shirt or something like that. They had beef with Neil Young, and I don't really remember why. But this actually has been going on for as long as music has existed. There has been, beef within. there's always going to be beef. There's always going to be this sort of thing. It happens within sports. It happens within music. It happens within comedy. And it's kind of part of the Leonard Skinner. Thank you. And I think that, there was that rumor, right? Because I remember my parents telling me that. I'm like, that's crazy. And my parents followed the Leonard Skinner versus Neil Young stuff. I mean, as much as they could pre-internet. Mac, I didn't know that either, that Serena's sister was allegedly unalived, I should say. So Michelle says Neil Young wrote a song about cross burning in the South. Oh yeah, and he said Southern Man, right? So it was Neil Young's Southern Man, and then Leonard Skinner came back with their Sweet Home Alabama, saying, like, you're kind of hating on all Southern people, like Southern Man, keep your whatever. And then Neil Young's was about that, and there was beef. Okay. There was beef before us. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Neil Young's Southern Man, better don't forget what your good book says. So there's always been good beef within music, within entertainment, within arts. There's always been rivalries that have sparked even more art, and some of like the best art. So yeah, most of Leonard Skinner died in this plane crash, and they said one of them was buried in a Neil Young shirt or something. So no, not Venus. It must have been another sister witness. Mm-hmm. So it goes back. It goes back. Tracy says, I'm a 62-year-old white lady, and my daughter knew Public Enemy, NWA, The Chronic, etc. by heart by the time she was 3. I mean, I was the same way, like growing up, listening to, like, I have jokes about it in my act, but like rap and hip hop, and enjoying, that music, and not really necessarily understanding what I was listening to, but as you grow older, you learn more about the music, but it just was an art form that I was really drawn to and always have been. So I totally get that with knowing like all the lyrics and all of that. Christina, thank you for the super chat. Christina says, Billy Joel didn't start the fire. Stop blaming him. Yeah, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. Kaya said, there was plenty of beefs back in the day. It was all beef. Humans have not changed. We have not changed. Nope. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those on repeat. Those CDs on repeat. So let's see, there's another list here of things, and just all the different interpretations and the different breakdowns of this performance. We've never seen anything like this, a performance being broken down like this, and at such a pivotal point in US history. So let's see. I screenshot, this was, I forget who said this, but they said, when the NFL announced Kendrick Lamar as the Super Bowl halftime show performer in September, both his critics and fans expressed doubt that he would be up for the job. To naysayers, Lamar was too verbose, too political, too obscure for pop music's biggest stage, which has typically featured culturally safe icons belting universally beloved anthems. Conversely, Kendrick Lamar's fans worried that the narrow confines of the televised gig would require him to compromise his artistry. There seemed to be no way that Kendrick Lamar could both win over the masses, yearning for spectacle, and his diehards hoping for a thunderbolt of Pulitzer-level genius. But Kendrick Lamar's superpower has long been his unique ability to navigate this exact tension between message and reach, to tell stories of American pain and oppression without coming off preachy. to challenge audiences lyrically and musically while widening his listenership. And on Sunday, this balancing act was on full display. Kendrick Lamar delivered a Super Bowl performance wholly unlike any other before it, in which the aim was not to summon nostalgia or comfort, but to demand full attention and active listening from his audience. What Kendrick Lamar lacked in sing-alongs, he made up for in narrative, visual stagecraft, and sly political commentary, while also slamming the casket on his rap feud with Drake for good, hence the game over at the end. I've always been drawn to, it's probably my parents' fault because they always listen to very political driven music. I mean, even Neil Young, he sang about lots of things within politics and about the, shootings at Kent State and, that kind of, I guess I don't even know, that just kind of poignant music that speaks about the times and also, again, speaks truth to power is why I grew up loving rap and also why I grew up loving like Ani DeFranco and a lot of like folk singers who spoke to the things that were happening in the world and had a very strong POV. And I think artists like that, in my opinion, I think artists like that are just amazingly brave. And Kendrick Lamar is just like the pinnacle of that. Let's see. There was another little. Okay. So the messages, here are some more. Someone did a breakdown of the messages and they did like a listing. And number one, they said Samuel L. Jackson playing Uncle Sam, AKA who he played in Django Unchained. And then Samuel L. Jackson warning Kendrick to play the game white America wants them to play and not be quote unquote ghetto. Number three, the Squid Game stage, which symbolizes the rich killing the poor. The dancers in red, white, and blue representing the American flag. The stage also being a prison yard where his Black performers harmonized while he rapped. Number six, protecting Black women like Serena Williams after the disrespect from Drake, because that's obviously that Kendrick Lamar told him, you better not speak on Serena. And seven, and once again, reminding Drake in America, they not like us. Number eight, the system allows Drake to push the sexy red to taint the culture. And number nine, stage was a PlayStation Squid Game card, and the system is a game. So it's so interesting to read everybody's different, a lot of the things are, but some people catch things that other people don't in their breakdowns of this halftime show and this performance. And I just find every one of them super fascinating. And also fascinating how much this went over a lot of people's heads. People just didn't want to hear it. They're like, that was the worst Super Bowl performance I ever seen. It was stupid. I hated it. I can't understand what he's saying. I saw the funniest meme. The white people who are like, I couldn't understand what that young man was saying, are the same people who listen and understand every word of a RFK Jr. podcast. And I cannot understand what that gravel voice man is saying. I do not know. Okay. I know he says it's some neurological thing, but that just sounds like heavy smoking to me. I don't, it's just like, I'm just like, what's going on? What is happening? Huh? So, yeah, it's interesting. They were like, I couldn't understand it. And I think, let's see, some of the people that said that they couldn't understand. Here, let me pull it up here. I think it was the very infamous old giving handies at the theater. What's her name? Lauren Boebert or whatever her name is. She's always good for a laugh. She's always, I'm having a laugh. She's good for a laugh. And she was like, I can't understand it. What are they saying? I don't know. And it's like, Lauren. Oh, there's so many. I'm sorry, guys. I'm scrolling through here trying to find that one. But I was just laughing because people are just dragging her when she posted that on Twitter. Like, what is it? Okay, here we go. Also, the DEI of it all, which we can talk about, DEI is the big naughty word, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Ew, oh my God, it's gonna kill us all. We're all in trouble. People not understanding, what we've talked about before, what DEI actually brings and serves, and who all is included under DEI and why it's necessary and all of that. So it's like people just choose to be willfully ignorant, don't want to learn about that, and I don't know what to do about that. But this gentleman is reacting on his TikTok to, okay, what's his name? Okay, FLIGH_23 had this to say, because Lauren Boebert was like, tell me I'm not the only one needing subtitles. Girl, that is not a shocker that you would need subtitles. You guys could hear it.
Look, look, hold on. Tell me I'm not the only one needing subtitles for this. Not a single white person on the stage. Just Vince said, oh, now you like inclusion. And Thunder right here said, that's because DEI is gone. No white person can dance like that, and therefore that was not included.
Oh, Lauren.
Took away diversity, equity, and inclusion, and then got mad because there was no white people performing. I need some water.
It's just too damn roastable at this point. The minute you see on stage, you're like, wait a minute, Kendrick's performance has no white people. That's wrong. You're like, so are you saying that you don't like seeing something that doesn't have diversity, equity, and inclusion? Now you want it back? When you're not in the majority, now you want it back? Isn't it funny how those things work? Not a single white person on stage. Yep. I mean, it's just we are at a time in this country where it's like, do you hear the words coming out of your mouth? Okay, this is crazy. All right, here's another gentleman who broke everything down very nicely within the show, and that's we're gonna take a listen to it here, and you guys can go show him all the love as well. So I think it'll give this was a reshare by J Michelle 555 on the Twitter, because it'll never be X to me. Elon Trader Musk. Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show. Let's hear what this gentleman has to say.
Super Bowl halftime show was a big display on how America views black people. Having Samuel L. Jackson play Uncle Sam, which is pretty much the same character he played in Django, Steven, as the narrator of the entire Super Bowl halftime show. Kendrick comes out performing the intro track to GNA, and Uncle Sam hops on screen saying, no, too loud, too reckless, too ghetto. And the very next track that Kendrick performs is Humble. Sit down, be humble. But then he switches to DNA. I got loyalty, I got royalty inside my DNA. I'm tired of being humble. I know who I am. I know who my people are. Then he transitions to Euphoria. And I was like, Euphoria, the diss track, what's the relevance to this? But it's the part of Euphoria that he performed. Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever walked your enemy down like with a poker face? You're playing the game, but the enemy think you're playing by their rules. Then he goes into Man at the Garden, under a streetlight, white tees, gold grills, and he's talking about everything he feels like he deserved. I deserve it all. And Uncle Sam walks up and say, oh, you got your homeboys with you. You think you deserve all this. You think you're supposed to get more than what we give you. Now we go deduct one life. So when Kendrick and SZA perform Luther and All the Stars, Uncle Sam is like, yeah, this is what we want. Something calm, something very easily digestible. This is what you need to do. Be quiet. Don't cause too much ruckus. Just play the game the way we designed it for you to play. And Kendrick Lamar throughout this whole thing is pretty much saying, I'm not going to confine to your rules. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do, especially when somebody likes to sue. Uncle Sam is pretty much telling them, you almost at the finish line. Don't mess this up. And then he performs Not Like Us anyway. Say, Drake, the revolution will be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. Meaning you picked the wrong president, but at the same time, it's meaning you picked somebody to perform in the Super Bowl that you thought you could control. Nah, Nah. This is definitely my favorite Super Bowl performance ever.
Agreed, sir. Okay, so you can find him, Ray. Ray Rae on Artez. Ray on Artez. And I put it right here. Ray on Artez. Dang, I need my glasses. You guys, I'm like, Ray R-A. Oh my gosh. So they thought they picked someone that they could control. And no, you didn't. That's like a booking Cat Williams and thinking he's gonna just do whatever you say. That's not how it's gonna go. These are critical thinkers. These are wildly smart creatives who push the boundaries. It's not gonna happen. So yes. Yeah. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, sir. There's just so many wonderful creators out there breaking it down. We'll do one more. I really liked this woman's as well. Okay. And then hopefully I can get, okay, what is her account here? Oh, needing bifocals, Joleen. This was shared by Orlean Sway at Orlean Sway on Twitter. Because like I said, it'll never be X to me. And let's see who the creator is here. I'll try to put it in the chat. So let's take a listen to what she has to say. Let's make it big screen. There we go. Full screen.
I think MAGA is most upset about Kendrick Lamar's performance because he made it simple enough that they could understand. So they were screaming DEI higher because their conception of DEI higher is that if you're Black and qualified, you don't deserve a job. If you're white and unqualified, you do. And throughout this performance, Kendrick Lamar basically schooled them on so much. Just remember, these people are sitting in a stadium watching the NFL, which is 53% Black Americans compared to 14.4% in the general population. And they're fine to watch that, to watch the physical labor of African Americans. And here you have a halftime show where the intellectual labor of African Americans is being showcased. And every element was something they should have probably understood in school, but he made it clear. Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam is clearly a dual reference to the expected minstrelly American society has to Black men, and the fact that this country was built by Black bodies in slavery. But he doesn't make it subtle. And he's not talking about Super Bowl, he's talking the game of America.
40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music.
All the promises of America, including in Reconstruction, 40 acres and a mule to anybody who had been enslaved, are constantly being reneged. And yet African Americans are playing the game of American succeeding. And it is not just for white America, but
Oh shoot, my computer's like,
all
you
of
have too much
America.
open,
The
lady.
symbolism of both this game and the prison. We've locked ourselves into this game. We put ourselves in a win-lose state, and we could all lose because we could have started, but we chose to be divided. And remember, the American flag is not just propaganda. It is often used as a critical tool in discussing the country we're in. And listen, this is a country that is not always going to march in the same direction. Notice here, the blue shirted people are not here. So you see where he's going to perform is just a segment of the overall community. And why is that? Why are we divided? Like fools, we focused on the wrong thing. But
The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy.
and while the flag is divided, while the nation is divided, change is still coming. They cannot stop it. So it is the end. Game over. The revolution can't stop.
All right, so shout out to Art Lust. So let me put that in the credits if you guys want to go give her a follow on the TikTok and show her all the love for that wonderful breakdown. I mean, these creators are just killing it. Obviously, not only did Kendrick kill it, but to have these creators out there explaining this so beautifully. Yes, amazing HC. But yeah, Art Lust. Shout out to Art Lust. I mean, it's just so many. I mean, just to break this all down, it's just so meaty, as they used to say on the soup. So meaty. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? Okay, we talked about stupid Lauren Boebert. And I think we're just getting used to being, surrounded and told and given propaganda by literal idiots in the most basic of terms, making us afraid with smokescreen issues about things that aren't really a problem, that we're all just like, what? So the minute you see something that has depth, that has accuracy to it, that is depicting the truth of our history, you're like, oh yeah, not everybody is just trying to sell us a tale. Not everyone is just so easily bought and paid for. Not everyone is a part of a cult, but there's just so many people in power right now who have this power, who it is everything they say is just ridiculous and foolish and a scare tactic and a way in which to divide, that a performance like this makes you believe again, and it gives you hope, I guess, for lack of a better word. Silly Goose says, I can't believe how many people fell for it. I know. The literal selling off of America to billionaires in an oligarchy that's been happening for a very long time. But it's like, you got Elon Musk there going, yeah, they're giving condoms to Gaza. And then people are like, actually, it was not Gaza. It was, well, I'm going to get it wrong sometimes. I still think 50 million in condoms. Well, they were giving it to an area that is, HIV is very prevalent there. But, well, I'm going to get it wrong. So I didn't say I was going to get it right. Have you seen the Cybertruck? That's a douche machine. All right. That dries a woman up faster than menopause. All right. That is fucking gross. So I do know that sometimes I'm going to get it wrong. And he's sitting in the Oval Office saying these things, spitting them out like facts. It's like, you would think, but we're trying to get rid of fact checking. We're trying to get rid of critical thinking, where other countries are encouraging the young kids and students to like, yeah, critical thinking is good. That's really good. We're like, no. Whatever that guy says, the orangest guy in the room, now he's telling the truth. Okay. If you can't put your makeup on, I'm not going to follow you into the depths of hell. Trump doesn't even know how to blend. Okay. He can't even blend his self-tanner. So I'm not going to follow him. I will follow you. No, I'm not going to follow him into the dark. I'm not going to follow him to the depths of hell until he learns to blend, until it's so bad. You guys, at the Super Bowl, someone tweeted, who wears that much makeup to the Super Bowl? But right, to a sporting event. Who wears that? Trump does. The dude is literally orange. And I love oranges, but now I'm starting to hate everything orange. This is the worst blending. Like, you would tell your girlfriend in middle school, you would pull her aside and you'd be like, Jamie, it's really bad. Jamie, that's not your color. It's not your color. You picked the wrong, he picked the wrong shade. I remember when I first started wearing makeup and I picked the wrong shade too. And you put on, it's too dark or it's too white. It's too light, too dark. You got to know your shade. You need to go to Sephora. They can match you up. But this ain't it. And it's patchy. I cannot follow you. Into this, whatever, the apocalypse, if we can't blend, if we can't get it right. Okay. Not a contour. We're going to do all that. We're just going to someone just spit on him, spit orange goo on him. He got slimed. Like, you can't do that on television, but orange. You can't get a little blush. You can't get a little lip. Give us something. If you're going to wear that much makeup, sir, you're going to have to wear more than just the heavy, heavy foundation. That is not your color. If that's not your color. Yeah. Angela says, I bought a new bronzer the other day and my son told me to throw it away because it was giving him Trump vibes. He's ruined everything orange. Oranges, pumpkins, Halloween, orange juice. What else is orange? Just the color orange, which is a fantastic color. He's ruined it. Literally, this isn't even a natural tan. The man can't get tan. He has an inability to get tan. It's literally just orange chemicals he's put on his face. He grabbed all of the Jergens bronzer and I'm good. And you're like, but you're not. Your hands don't match. Okay. Talk to Lisa Barlow. She can, well, she shades off sometimes too, but it's still better than this. You can't afford glam. He's the first president in the history of presidents to go to the Super Bowl, spend a whole shit ton of money going to the Super Bowl, and you can't afford glam? It's bad. Bless you, Chell. Doritos. He ruined Doritos. He ruined Cheetos. Okay. Tang. Thank you. And there's going to be a bronzer shortage because of this man, because this man is bathing in it. Luckily, just on the face. Because I guarantee the minute you unbutton that first button, white as a ghost. White as a ghost. White as the KKK under there. White as the damn KKK. Right under there. You know, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Then left early and was booed. Allegedly was booed. He wants to tweet about Taylor Swift. And oh, Taylor Swift. It's like he's obsessed with Taylor Swift because she'll have all the things he'll never have. You know, like truth, honesty, success. No one's accused her of graping them, which is, you know, no one found her liable of graping. She's never filed for bankruptcy like he has. I mean, there's a lot of things that I get it. You're mad. You would love to have the kind of success Taylor has had. You know, she's not a felon. She's got a lot of money. You know, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, oompa, do buddy, do. Oh, carrots, right? Carrots and ranch, delicious. I got the little, he's carrots in the face, ranch on the chest. It's too much. It doesn't cover the age spots. You got to be very careful. You need some like vitamin E or something. I just don't know how, like, what's the point of this? Who's letting him do this? And how can we follow this? Yeah, he hates people of color, yet he's trying to be a color. He definitely is. The color's orange. Spicy Cheetos are red and orange. Okay. Oh, shit. He's trying to be spicy. No. Princess Poundcake says, think he only came because the Eagles didn't go to the White House last time he was in office. They probably knew not. This is why I just freaking love the Eagles. Everything about this organization, everything I'm finding out, I should say, I'm just loving. Because you talk to, no offense to I know we got some Chiefs fans in here, and I don't want to kick them while they're down. But Patrick Mahomes and his wife, okay. Very different reaction. Travis Kelce even had a little bit of different reaction to Trump being at the Super Bowl, where Chiefs player said, it's a great honor to have Trump watching the Super Bowl. Why? He's never done anything that great. Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, said he's welcome to do whatever he wants. And this is like the best fucking answer. You don't got to kiss his ass. That's the beauty of America. We have that thing that they all say, you know, freedom of speech. You can say these things. We're able to, right now, we're still able to question our government. We're still able to criticize our government. I don't know how much longer that's going to last. That's why make sure you guys go over and subscribe over on Patreon. You can just do the free subscription and we will reconvene over there as soon as they find my channel and take it down for criticizing the Orange Devil. But this one, I just love this Jalen guy. I didn't know anything about Jalen. Not only is he fast, not only can he throw rockets, not only does he slide, not only is he cute, not only is his daughter adorable, but he also said he's welcome to do whatever he wants. Where the rest of them are simping for Trump, going, what a great honor. A great honor? Okay, I guess I don't know the definition of honor anymore. I guess it's changed somehow. But every time I freaking learn something about the Eagles, I'm just more and more impressed. I'm like, oh my God, Eagles, stop. I have a crush on you. I got to be a Vikings fan here, okay? But okay, so Eagles. I think also I learned one more fact about how exciting is this? Okay, so I didn't know the shit. Because I'm just like, this is my first time I've watched, like I said, an entire season of NFL football. And so I was so excited to find out this. Here, let me share this article. Oops, let me stop sharing here. So shout out to Jalen. I mean, cute and will dismiss Trump. Oh my God. Like, shout out. I can't. And a Super Bowl winner and good at the foosball. Pretty special there, buddy. All right. Okay, let me share this here, you guys. Where did it go? Oh, there we go. All right. So, just if I needed another reason to just be fangirling over the Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, I also see. Get on. Why would you cover her face like that, ad? You weirdo. Autumn Lockwood is the first Black woman coach to win a Super Bowl, and very few are talking about it. Lockwood, pictured right here, this beautiful woman right here, the circle in the corner there. Lockwood also made history 2 years ago when she became the first Black woman to coach, Black woman coach to coach in a Super Bowl. So she is just like killing it for the women. As the confetti came down, and this is according to blackenterprise.com, but it's on, I mean, all the news stations are talking about it. As the confetti came down inside the Caesars Superdome on the Philadelphia Eagles following their wire-to-wire victory over the Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 59, Philadelphia Eagles assistant sports performance coach Autumn Lockwood made Black and NFL history as the first Black woman coach to win a Super Bowl. According to Winning Her Way, Lockwood also made history 2 years ago when she became the first Black woman to coach, first Black woman coach to coach in a Super Bowl, when the Eagles faced the Chiefs in a game that Lockwood's side lost. So Billie Jean King is tweeting about Lockwood here saying, outstanding. Cheers to Autumn Lockwood, the first Black woman coach to win a Super Bowl. She is the assistant performance coach for the Eagles. Autumn Lockwood then tweeted out, so thankful for at GP Partner and being able to be part of a wonderful organization that values the development of our athletics to the fullest extent at the Eagles. Athlete success starts with an environment for proper development, both in and out of sports, says Eagles Associate Performance Coach Lockwood. And she's got, maybe we'll have to listen to that. Lockwood is a graduate of the University of Arizona and played women's soccer for the university from 2013 to 2014. She earned her degree in criminal justice with a minor in psychology from the university in 2015. Her father, David, is a former cornerbacks coach for the University of Arizona. So U of A. My husband went to Arizona State, but shout out to U of A. In 2018, she joined the basketball staff of East Tennessee State University as the assistant director of basketball sports performance after serving as an assistant strength and conditioning coach for the University of Nevada at Las Vegas, aka we all know UNLV. Lockwood's break into the NFL came when she joined the staff of the Atlanta Falcons after completing the Bill Walsh Diversity. Oh, don't say that word. It's naughty. Diversity Coaching Fellowship in 2019. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know if we're going to make it. Lockwood served the Falcons as strength and conditioning coaching intern while continuing to coach for ETSU until 2021 when she joined the University of Houston, serving as the university's coordinator. Clearly not qualified. All of this experience, but obviously not qualified. Serving as the university's coordinator of sports performance for the women's soccer, basketball, and softball squads. It was inevitable that football would come calling, as the University of Houston's director of Olympic sports performance, Kevin McAdam, told the Philadelphia Inquirer in 2023. When this opportunity came up to go to Philly, it was kind of a no-brainer to encourage her to go, McAdam told the outlet. We hated to see her leave and we're wanting to continue to help and watch her grow with our athletes, but it's kind of hard to pass up when your dream opportunity comes your way. Linebacker Brandon Graham, arguably the heart and soul of the Philadelphia Eagles defense, told the outlet that the team hoped to reward Lockwood with her first Super Bowl ring. That's freaking badass. 2 years later, Graham and the Eagles came through on that proclamation. And according to Christian Ellis, another linebacker on the team, Lockwood's kindness and joy radiated in her interactions with the team. Lockwood distributes iPads with a questionnaire about the players' mental and physical health each week, which Ellis says is a tremendous asset to the team's mental health. Oh, and she's talking about mental health. Damn her. There's been a few times this season where I clicked 5. I'm not feeling so good. Ellis told the Inquirer. I'm kind of stressed. And they're able to talk to you and just help you and help talk you through it. I think that's the biggest thing, because a lot of times you feel like you can't talk to anybody about it because you have to perform. But she's just been great. She helps us with that. Now, after their 40-22 win over Kansas City, Lockwood has helped the team win their first Super Bowl in the Jalen Hurts era. We're in our Taylor Swift era, our Jalen Hurts era, our Cat Williams era, our Kendrick Lamar era, our Beyonce era always. The team has kept their promise regarding Lockwood's historic achievement. So she got the ring. So not like Kim Zolciak, the ring didn't mean nothing to you, but the ring. The ring did mean a damn thing. So all the shout outs, all the love to Autumn Lockwood, just killing the game and making history and doing the damn thing. You guys, so amazing. Okay, let me see. Like I said, we got so much to talk about. There's just so much happening every single day. It never stops. Okay. Let's see what's this one. Oh, we got to talk about that. All right, let's transition a little bit. I don't know if I'm ever going to be over talking about Kendrick Lamar or Kendrick Lamar's performance, but we will transition a bit. Something funny that I saw on I think it was on the Twitter or the Instagram, whatever. All right. So apparently Mr. Liam Hemsworth doesn't want people calling him, allegedly, we'll say allegedly, doesn't want him to be referred to as Miley Cyrus's ex. So the Miley Cyrus HQ account quoted him, "I don't like people calling me Miley Cyrus's ex," to which they attributed the quote to Thor's brother, Liam Hemsworth. So you could be Thor's brother instead. You know what I mean? Hello, that is going to be your greatest achievement. No offense, all offense. Okay, I've watched The Hunger Games. You were in it. All right, but that's quite the achievement. Okay, to be Miley Cyrus's ex. Let's calm down. Let's calm down a little bit with the, I don't want to be known as that, but you did. You were married to her. You dated multiple times. You broke up, got back together. You were married. Allegedly, she wrote like a whole album, talking about you a lot of times. A Wrecking Ball was maybe after you. So yeah, that until you do something bigger than being married to Miley Cyrus, that's where we're at. Now try being a woman. And that is basically our whole identity for our whole lives is based on the man we're with. Taking on his last name, differentiating between Miss, Ms., and Mrs., all these different titles that men don't have to deal with, these changes men don't have to make. But he's like, oh my God, inconvenience. Now try being a lady. Okay. Flowers is about him too. Thank you, Dreadful. And you should be so lucky. I wish Miley Cyrus would write a song about me. Okay. I wish all the legends would write. Well, she did sing the Joleen song because Dolly Parton is her godmother, and it was pretty good. Yeah, dude, she won a Grammy writing a song about being over him. You'll forever be her ex. Get used to it. Instead, a better way to handle it would be like, yeah, that was an amazing time in my life. She's an amazing woman. Thank you. Wow. And then maybe people would respect you. But now you got to be Thor's brother. Okay? Now you did, because you have, not only do you have an ex-wife, you're just pointing out, now we got to, you're showing us you have an ex-wife who's more famous and successful than you, but you also got a brother that's more famous and successful than you. And I'm just like, here's another little inspirational, speaking of Beyonce, something I saw on the old social medias. And I think it's true because I've heard so much ridiculous, just like Beyonce shouldn't have won the country album of the year. They should have given it to that Morgan Wade or Wallen, whatever their names are. Okay. Like she should stay in her lane. No, Beyonce killed it. Cowboy Carter, fantastic. This says if Beyonce spent time in the comments defending her right to sing country music or any other music, she would have never became Beyonce. As Toni Morrison said, The very serious function of racism is distraction. And we see that happening every day with the Trump administration. It keeps you from doing your work. It keeps you from explaining over and over again your reason for being. After the CMAs, Beyonce didn't spend her time online in the comments. She got to work. Now she has made history as the first Black person to win a country album of the year. Never forget, when excellence steps into the room, mediocrity gets paranoid. Talking to you, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and all those fellers. Focus and keep going. So never forget, when excellence steps into the room, mediocrity gets paranoid. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's like Vicky Gunvalson said at BravoCon. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. How dare you question her being able to be country, get the country album of the year? How dare you? But that is such an important Toni Morrison quote. The very serious function of racism is distraction. It keeps you from doing your work. It keeps you from explaining, or it keeps you explaining over and over again your reason for being. So don't explain. No, I'll explain. I'll do some explaining. All right. Oh no, Anna said I didn't get my Cowboy Carter tickets today and I'm sad about it. Oh no. Were they sold out? Graphics, I saw some people in their feelings about B getting that Grammy. Yeah. Adam said, when people showed up, Princess Jolene, you'll appreciate, I thought of Paula Poundstone. They crawled and crawled so we could run. Oh, they did Paula Poundstone so dirty, just being a lesbian. They were like, she abused her kids. Because I believe she adopted kids, and they did her so dirty. And she's such a funny woman, such a funny comedian. Shout out to Paula Poundstone and bringing up Paula Poundstone in the chat. But, okay. Also, don't forget Black History Month. No matter what anyone says, it's Black History Month. No matter what anyone says, no matter what the orange guy says, it's Black History Month. No matter what the orange devil tells you, it's Black History Month. Okay, yeah. All right. Let's see. We talked about that. We talked about that. What's this one? Did we talk about this? Also, did anyone hear Kanye is selling on Yeezy.com swastika t-shirts, and they're like $20? Let me see if they're still available. That is insane. That is whoa. People are still gonna, okay, is Yeezy.com not a thing? Let's see. Let me just look up Kanye. Now my internet's gonna be like, oh, Joleen was looking at swastika t-shirts. No. Swastika t-shirt. I mean, he was already tweeting some weird shit of how he wanted to like save Diddy. Do you have a Diddy? Puff Daddy? P. Diddy? That guy? Okay. Wall Street Journal says the switcheroo that Kanye West advertised swastika shirts during the Super Bowl. A controversial rapper who goes by Ye bought local ads promoting his clothing websites, then changed what the site sold after TV stations approved the ad. Late last week, soon before Kanye West launched into a sexist and anti-Semitic rant on X, telling people to whip, oh geez Louise, and declaring that he loves Hitler, among other posts. An ad agency, he said, whip your Jews, and declaring I love Hitler, among other posts. An ad agency working on behalf of the performer was completing details to run a commercial promoting his clothing line during the Super Bowl. And then it wants me to pay money, but I'm sorry, Wall Street Journal, I just don't have it right now to give it to you. So I'm going to try to go to the Washington or to the LA Times, maybe. Okay. So his according to the New York Times, his website was then taken down. Okay. So he got the ad approved, and then allegedly he put the swastika t-shirts on there to be sold. And we're just like, oh yeah, Kanye's doing fine. He's doing great. No. So New York Times is saying Ye's website selling t-shirts with swastikas is taken down. A commercial for the shirts aired in some local markets during the Super Bowl. Days after the rapper designer called himself a Nazi on social media. Oh my God, he has been hanging out with Elon Musk just too much. The website was taken down Tuesday. So today they took the website down. I'm shocked, coming from the man who, carts his wife around, or I don't even know if I don't know their status right now, naked everywhere, and like like it's some kind of prize, like she's not even human. I'm shocked. Okay. Ye, the rapper and designer, formerly known as Kanye West, aired a commercial in some markets, blah, blah, blue. In the 30-second commercial, Ye appears to be filming a close-up of his face while lying in a dentist chair. I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth, he said, smiling into the camera. So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Ye then directs people to his online store, Yeezy.com, which was selling only one item as of Tuesday, a $20 white t-shirt with a black swastika. According to Variety, when the commercial aired Sunday night, the website was selling a range of non-branded clothing, but shortly after, it was selling only that disgusting t-shirt. Oh my God. Oh my God, what the hell? On Tuesday morning, the website for his store appeared to have gone offline, replaced by the message that said, the store is unavailable. I just searched Yeezy.com. Nothing came up for me. So apparently it's still down. A spokesperson for Shopify, or Spotify, whatever, the online platform that processes the website's orders, said that Ye's online store did not engage in authentic commerce practices and violated our terms, so we removed them from Shopify. The ad aired days after Ye unleashed a rant on social media. We know he was looking for attention, looking for love in all the wrong places. And we were too busy being like, oh my God, Kendrick Lamar. And he was like, what about me? And we're like, no, thank you. No, thank you. In which he called himself a Nazi and professed his love for Adolf Hitler. Oh yeah, that's always a great sign. He later deactivated his Twitter account. All right. On Monday, the Anti-Defamation League condemned the commercial, writing on Twitter, there's no excuse for this kind of behavior. The swastika is the symbol adopted by Hitler as the primary emblem of the Nazis. The Anti-Defamation League wrote, it galvanized his followers in the 20th century and continues to threaten and instill fear in those targeted by anti-Semitism and white supremacy. Earlier this year, Ye released a confounding collection of clothing on his online store, including pieces with cryptic, nonsensical images. Oh my gosh. And Greek lettering, hoodies, sweats, and shorts contain phrases in Russian like Herald Tribune, which linguistics experts said did not hold any hidden meaning within the language. He's like those white girls that went to get like, I want Chinese writing tattoos. Can you tell me what this says? And they're asking people and they're like, I'm sorry, I'm Vietnamese. I don't know what you're talking about. And then finally, people were just saying, this is Chinese. And really, they probably just had them, they wrote like in Mandarin, something like, you're a dumb bitch on their arm. And they're like, look at, this is in Chinese. And they're like, oh, that says you're a dumb bitch. No, it doesn't. It says freedom, love, and butterflies. That's what it says. But that's what it's giving, with Kanye not even really understanding what was on his shirts. Fox, which broadcast the Super Bowl, did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Tuesday. Ye appears to have purchased the ad in local markets, and it was not broadcast nationally. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the ad ran again on Fox in the same markets on Sunday, a few hours after the game ended. So they're like, we really like that ad where they sell the anti-Semitic clothing. Yeah, let's play that one again. While national Super Bowl ads can cost millions of dollars, local ads, which air in select locations, cost many times less. I wonder if he had like a market research team looking up where are the most anti-Semites living? Because I'm going to that local market. Yeah, the Chinese tattoos that say soup. I love chicken noodle. And they're like, this is love never dies. It flies. That's what it says. It's like, no, it says you like to eat chicken soup through your butthole. That's what that said. Whoever did that. I remember when that was like the big trend of tattoos. So obviously a representative for Ye did not immediately respond to requests for comment because, wow, who would want to represent that? In 2022, Ye was suspended from Twitter. And then Elon Musk was like, come back. You could come back. I think he's good. And then Elon's like, I don't see what the issue is. I don't see what the problem is. So he was suspended for a series of offensive messages, including the image, again, loves that swastika, inside the Star of David. Elon Musk, the site's owner, said at the time that the post violated Twitter's rule against the incitement of violence. Isn't it weird how quickly that changed for Elon? I wonder what changed it for him. I wonder if it could be money, power. Interesting how that could change. before where he was like, hey, that violates a policy we had against the incitement of violence. Now he's like, bring on the violence. Who cares? I don't have real hair. The site reinstated his account almost 8 months later. And in 2023, Ye apologized to the Jewish community for his comments with a post on Instagram written in Hebrew. Are we really doing this? We're apologizing, then we're doing it again. What are you, Tom Sandoval? What is happening? Actually, Tom Sandoval didn't really ever apologize. But seriously, what are you, Jax Taylor? In the past, Ye has said he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. But in a podcast interview that was released last week, he said that he had been misdiagnosed and that he has autism. Why is everybody doing that and throwing autistic people, like autistic, just because you're autistic? Like, what an insult to people with autism or anyone on the spectrum or anyone who's neurodivergent, that like, well, yes, he's racist and anti-Semitic. Yes, but it's his autism. No, either you're a racist or you're not a racist. Either you're anti-Semitic or you're not an anti-Semitic. It doesn't matter if you're autistic or not. Stop it. Quit using autism as an excuse because you hate people. Okay? Autism doesn't mean you're going to hate people and be a total idiot. It's just they keep doing this shit. We even saw Tamara try to do this from the Real Housewives of Orange County. She's like, I went to therapy once and they said I was autistic. So you can't blame me for everything I've done. What? No. Yeah, who knows? Dreadful Ruby says autism, misdiagnosed with bipolar. I mean, jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. Yeah, clearly just losing it on Twitter as Kendrick is just killing the game. Oh, Steven says, okay, some of the markets that he was in with these commercials, the local markets were Philly, LA, and Atlanta. I don't think I saw it. I did not think I saw it. Yeah, he's in his Tamara era. He's like, it's not me, it's the autism and autistic people. No, we don't want him. Beat it, nerd. No way. We're not doing this. Okay, we know this is 2025 and the apocalypse has begun, but that we're not doing this part. No, we're not. Speaking of weird, stolen, cuckoo bananas things that are completely hateful and should not exist, Lisa Rinna. No, I'm just kidding. Lisa Rinna isn't that, but she obviously has seen me and Chels. Shout out to Indiana Girl Jules for sending this to me. Obviously, she saw me and Hype My Husband Chell in our wonderful lives that we do on Friday with Let's Talk About the Husband. She now has a podcast. I feel like she kind of stole. Granted, it was Kim Richards who first said it. So it's not my saying, but it's not her saying really either. And I started it. So I feel like she should pay me. So I'll be suing Dear Media and Lisa. She has a podcast this Friday. It is debuting Friday, February 14th, and every week. So every Friday, I guess she's doing Fridays with her husband called Let's Talk About the Husband, what me and Hype My Husband Chal do. Let's Talk About the Husband podcast with Harry Hamlin. Nana will be very excited to listen to her boyfriend. So she shared this news while sharing Kendrick Lamar's song as well. So congrats on the Let's Talk About the Husband, but let's never forget that Hype My Husband, Chell, and I were first.
Talk about the husband. Excuse me, did you just say let's talk about the husband? Let's talk about the husband. Excuse me, did you just say let's talk about the husband?
Let's talk about the husband. Talk about the husband. Excuse me. You just say, let's talk about the husband. Talk about the husband. Princess Poundcake says, it's weird to blame it on autism. Yeah, especially since they know nothing about history. The Yahtzees. Yeah, the Yahtzees killed people with autism as well because they were seen as inferior. And that's, I saw a woman speaking on that's how they got the term. Now it slipped my mind, but there a certain term for autism, and it was almost like I forget. Okay, well, I don't want to give you false information, but what was that term? A certain type of autism. Let's see. Asperger is not alone in being the only medical. So it's got Nazi associations when people Asperger, and I guess it's something that the autism community no longer uses that diagnosis or that term. and this is because of its ties to Nazism and let's see what they're saying here. So Dr. Hans Asperger was a Viennese pediatrician, so from Vienna, engaged in this practice, famous for his work on autism. His activities with the Kinder euthanasia were hidden under his scholarship. In 1981, a year after Dr. Asperger's death, a British psychiatrist defined autism spectrum disorder and named it Asperger syndrome. Dr. Asperger was romanticized as kind of this caring physician who strove to save children from death in Yahtzee, we'll say Vienna, because I think I said it too many times now that YouTube's going to be like, we're going to strike your video. Over time, historians realized that Dr. Asperger described himself as someone who participated in taking the lives of children at this notorious clinic where hundreds of children were unalived during the Yahtzee era. So, and even when this history first came to light, it was controversial. You know, when they were talking about the horrifying Yahtzee roots of the doctor after whom Asperger syndrome is named. Now, Dr. Asperger's role has been firmly established in this edition. So there's a pediatric research. Dr. Daniel Nussbaum outlines the history of pediatrics during the Yahtzee era, including that of Dr. Asperger. For a deeper account of Dr. Asperger's involvement, you can read the NPR interview with Edith Sheffer and the author of Asperger's Children, The Origins of Autism in Yahtzee, Vienna. So Asperger syndrome is not alone in being the only, term within autism with these Yahtzee associations. Other conditions have been named after persons associated with Yahtzees. And there was a woman that was describing this and saying that it was almost their way of Dr. Asperger separating this name is separated as like the hierarchy of the autism spectrum. And this was like one that's like, oh, we're not like them, kind of like a not like us. No, we're like the super smart autistic. So just a very divisive, based in very divisive, hateful roots. And apparently now a lot of people in the autism community are not even recognizing Asperger's as a thing after learning about his Yahtzeeism in pediatrics in the 30s and 40s. So very interesting. Because I just, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, I have Asperger's, known people who have said they were diagnosed Asperger's, but I guess we didn't know the extent, or we did. And then they rewrote history, which happens. Mm-hmm. Yes, they did. Lisa Rinna did use the drunk drawn artwork. It does look like that. It totally does for her podcast. Yeah, it's cute little artwork here with lips. Okay. Dreadful Ruby says, I'm a forever toxic Rinna supporter. I know she is awful, but she's Billy from, as time goes by, I'm like, why was I mad at Rinna again? I don't even remember. At this point, there's so many other people I could be more mad at. I'm not even mad at Lisa Rinna anymore. I don't think. I just want you to know that I'm not angry anymore. Maybe Rinna, I just want you to know that I'm not angry anymore. No, I'm not angry anymore. Okay. It's like the Ani DeFranco song, Not Angry Anymore. Let's see. I'm popping in the comment section to see what you guys are saying. People are blaming, his behavior. Autism. Teresa G says, most of what we know about brain abnormalities, unfortunately, comes from the work of the Yahtzees. The brains are in collections all over the world. Giovanni says, wow, didn't know that. These Yahtzee players, boy, there's a nasty piece of work, right? You would think. I mean, just going for a large straight, small straight wouldn't be this detrimental to society, but it really is. It really, really is. Well, hopefully she paid the artist. Yeah, let's hope. Graphics says hopefully she paid. No, not free exposure. Exposure isn't payment. Pay your artists. Mm-hmm. We do have some self-diagnosing, but I think that speaks to like a larger problem of especially women being underdiagnosed in those categories. So Adam says, anyone who wants to know about Asperger's, there's a book called You Don't See Me. Amazing book. Read it. Get informed. Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Adam, for the reading recommendation. It's like reading rainbow, reading rainbow. All right. Let me see. Oh, I can't believe we're already at an hour and a half. I'm having such a delightful time with all of you. Lovely, lovely people. Okay. What else we got? Apparently, oh my God. So again, I forgot to mention this when we were talking about, Trump dragging Taylor Swift and saying, oh, she was booed out of the stadium. Oh, she's booed. It's so booed. Oh my God, Taylor Swift. I'm so jealous of her. People are posting everywhere. There's claims allegedly. We'll say allegedly because even though I'm not a news source, I'm better than Fox News. I won't just blatantly lie to people. I'll say allegedly, and I won't pass things along that are truths to the point where Fox News, you got sued, homies. You had to pay out a lot for your alleged fake news. But people are posting videos from inside the Super Bowl saying allegedly, oh, no, don't funk with my Swift. They're saying, no, you were booed. Okay. Taylor might have got some boos for sure, but you were booed, sir. You were booed. And they're saying that Fox News allegedly, because of Trump's fragility, like the fragilest of the frail, just a snowflake of a man, even though snowflakes are more powerful than this man, had them bump up, add in, if you will, allegedly, some cheers over the jeers. So this is someone allegedly who was inside, we'll say allegedly, who was inside the stadium in New Orleans and was clearly either they themselves or someone next to them was booing Trump quite loudly, allegedly. We'll just say allegedly. We'll say allegedly because we're having fun. So Trump walks out to the Super Bowl. Trump booed at the Super Bowl, but he will tell you, they cheered me so much, so much.
Let's go. I knew it. Thank you, Dad. You fucking traitor! 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 You're a traitor! 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 You're a fucking traitor! Traitor! You're a traitor! You're a traitor! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Oh my God.
Let's go. I knew it. Thank you, Dad. You fucking traitor! Traitor! Traitor!
I feel like I lungs.
Traitor! Traitor! You're a fucking traitor! Traitor!
I feel so bad for this guy's lungs the next day. Traitor. Yeah, this is my jam. I'm just like, traitor, you're a fucking. I think I'm going to make this into a song in my new music software I've been using. Traitor, traitor, you're a fucking traitor. You're a fucking traitor. It'll be better. It'll be better. This is just, off the cuff. Okay. I'm no Kendrick Lamar here. I'm no Beyonce. I'm no Taylor Swift. Okay. But this is my jam. Like, traitor. Let's speed it up. Because sometimes when you speed stuff up, it's even better. But I do feel bad for this guy's lungs the next day. Oh my God. But traitor. And will this help Trump get cast on traitors after his presidency? We'll see. Okay. Let's speed up to 1.5. Everyone, get your dancing shoes on.
You're a fucking traitor! Traitor!
Yeah, let's do
Traitor!
2.0 now.
Traitor! Traitor! You're a fucking traitor! Traitor! You're a traitor! You're a traitor! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! You're a fucking traitor! 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 You're a fucking traitor! Traitor! You're a traitor! You're a traitor! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
One guy tries to get in there. Thank you, Donald. And the guy's like, no, I'm a fucking traitor. You're a fucking traitor. Traitor. Go. Traitor. You're a fucking traitor. You're a traitor, fucking traitor. You're a fucking. Okay, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. This guy and Fergus in the background of traitors. That would be so great. The round table. Traitor! You're a fucking traitor! You're a fucking traitor! Next year, I think he should perform at the Super Bowl halftime show. Okay, this guy. He's quite determined. He is quite determined. Traitor! And the guy's like, thank you, Donald. His voice shaking. The other guy's like, no! Traitor! Do it, Jolene. It could be multifunction. Okay, I'm gonna try. Melissa says, as a Philadelphian, sorry, that sounds like an Eagles fan. I'm just becoming more and more fans of the Philadelphia Eagles. I can't help myself. Okay. I know that there was a little trouble when the Vikings played there. There was some issues a couple years back, and I'm not supposed to like the Eagles, but I don't know how I cannot like them between this. You're a fucking traitor, to the QB and his response to Donald Trump, to the organization as a whole, to Autumn winning and making history as the first Black woman to be a part of the coaching staff and win a Super Bowl. I mean, it's like all the things I like, all the things I like, all the things I like, all the things she said, running through my head, all the things she said. Okay. Yes. I got so much content. I really got to get better at making songs. Yeah, this song was so good it woke up John Prine. It woke him up. R.I.P. John Prine.
Thank you, you're a fucking traitor! 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 You're a fucking traitor! Traitor! You're a traitor! You're a traitor! Fuck you! Fuck you!
You're a fucking traitor! Fuck you! Fuck you! Thank you, Araceli Alonso, for the super chat. Haha, I just love your lives. I love you being here at my lives, and thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Why are you mad at Lisa Rinna? What did I miss? Besides her stealing my idea for let's talk about the husbands on Fridays. But, they say imitation is the highest form of flattery. So obviously, big fan. I get it. Yes, we need this. We need to hire this guy to yell at all of the toxic dudes in our lives. Sandy Balls. Traitor! 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 Oh my God. It'd be ringtones. You got to sell this shit. So I don't know who let me see if I can find out. Thank you. Thank you, Naomi, for having my back. She did steal my idea. She's a big fan. She's like Lala. They all watch me. They all love me. Okay. And then they take my creative ideas.
I heard actually mixed reviews on Joleen.
Oh, Joleen was excellent. What are they saying?
She just Justin Baldoni'd me. Okay, Rinna. Thank you for Justin Baldoniing me. All right. So this was shared by the account on Twitter, Black Families Against Trump, at mompreneur _3. But I don't know if they're who the original person that posted this is. I'm not sure. Yeah, and some people were like, I mean, this kind of what you get for just like that lady yesterday that was very, very upset. She's like the Chiefs fan lady. All the love to her who was like, it's fucking Donald Trump's fault. He shouldn't have come to our game. He made us lose. Maybe. Because last year when I watched the Chiefs play, oh my gosh, I was like, this. And again, that started me into watching a full season of the NFL. And I was like, this Patrick Mahomes is amazing. And then all of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes, is it a coincidence, allegedly? He sells his soul to Donald Trump and MAGA. And now he was throwing the ball to the wrong team and getting sacked 100 times. I don't know. I got Baldoni'd. Rinna Baldoni'd me. I can't even believe it, you guys. I can't believe it. Oh, Steven says, Lisa Rinna said they keep calling her and she won't come back to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She said too late. Oh, okay. Okay, Rinna. Oh, Lord. Araceli says, did you see the lady with Mahomes voodoo doll? I did see that. Was it a Mahomes voodoo doll? I saw a lady with I didn't even realize my producer. Look at producer Prince. How cute you are. Princey. He's not even answering me. He's breathing, but he must be sleeping. Oh my God, he's so cute. He's so cute. He's so cute. I did see, oh my God, there were these creators. I saw the video on Twitter and they were roasting up Mahomes' wife because they were doing some kind of segment, whatever her name is. I forget her name. I'm so sorry. No offense, offense. And they were doing like, how well do you know your significant other? And it was, oh my God, it was bad. It was bad. He goes, what's my favorite food? And she said, fried chicken. And he said, it's Mexican. Now, remind you, his wife is a white lady. And he said that to Patrick Mahomes. She said, fried chicken. He said, it's Mexican. My favorite food is Mexican. Oh, God, that's not surprising. Not surprising. And the creators who covered it were like, she even did the fry. Like, Brittany, you're not doing a good job beating those claims that you might, in fact, be racist. You might be a little racist. Here was the Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show has broken the record for most watched halftime in history with a reported 133.5 million. We need the cricket. Yeah, we need the cricket. It tracks, unfortunately. Do I have my phone here? So Brittany Mahomes telling her husband, okay, when he asks, what's his favorite food? Brittany says, fried chicken. And he says, it's Mexican. And okay. Brittany, we're gonna have to work on that. She said, fried chicken. Just ruining everything for white blonde ladies like myself out here. You know? Yeah, just know, Brittany. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Love the T24 said, oh my God, he was throwing the ball the wrong team. He was like, literally, he was like, here you go, Eagles. Oops. Oh, crap. And now is that a coincidence that you sell your soul to the orange devil? Okay. I know the MAGAs like conspiracy theories. Well, I like them too. So is it a coincidence that you sold your soul to the orange devil and now you're throwing to the other team? And they keep hugging you and tackling you down because they're like, I want to love you forever. He should have filed for divorce, right? I would hope so. But no, he didn't. He did not. But it was when he said, nah, my favorite food is Mexican. Like, oh, Mexican. Okay, yeah. She's like, oh, yeah, I do that. Brittany, no. Okay. In a little housewives news, apparently, according to Queens of the Bravo, you guys, let's see. There's a possible chance that Ariana Grande's next acting role could be with her brother boyfriend. No, Joleen, stop it. Just because her boyfriend literally looks like her brother's twin, I have to get over that. But can you ever get over that? Will I ever be over the fact that Ariana Grande, no offense, all offense, Ariana Grande had an affair on Wicked, allegedly, with one of her, cast members. Again, I still haven't seen the movie. I'm so sorry, you guys. I said I was going to do it and I didn't do it. I'm a liar. And it looks like her brother. And I don't know if I'm ever going to get past this. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever recover. I don't think I will ever, this is going to ruin the tour. I don't know if I'll ever recover from this. This is something I never wanted, never wanted. Yeah, you should never be over that. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you. I'll never get over it. Naomi says, I don't even remember seeing. Apparently, he's a munchkin. Apparently, that's what people are telling me, and I still got to see it. But that is her brother. Your boyfriend is your brother is your boyfriend. And that's illegal. Allegedly. Okay? You can't have your boyfriend as your brother and your brother as your boyfriend, allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right? I don't know if there's still states that allow those sort of things, but it's weird and I'm never going to get over it. Okay? I'm not ready. But back to the lecture at hand. All right. Again, Queens of Bravo is reporting, speaking of the brother lover herself, allegedly, Ariana Grande, no offense, all offense, her next acting role could be connected to the Real Housewives franchise. What? Jeremy O. Harris, who is a producer on the project, just tweeted this. Okay, what did he tweet? He with eyes, like, oh, the eyes emoji. Film updates. Ariana Grande has reportedly been approached to star in a female detective romp set in a housewife-style reality show. A female detective romp set in a housewife-style reality show. The Wives, a murder mystery starring Jennifer Lawrence and inspired by the Real Housewives, is currently in development with A24. Oh, A24, that is the production company. That they make the best shit. Anytime you see an A24, I mean, I'm sure they have a stinker here or there, but I'm always like, oh, I'll watch that. If Wicked was A24, I'd be all over it. And I know I got to watch it. Don't tell Christina Coca I haven't watched it yet, you guys. Don't tell my friend Christina Coca I have not watched this movie yet. Please, God, do not tell my friend Christina Coca. I don't know if she'll ever forgive me that I haven't watched this movie yet. But I haven't watched the movie yet. I haven't. But I can't lie to you guys. So apparently, someone says, I can totally see the vision. Ariana Grande as Dorit? Right, Alex? That's what I think. Every time I see A24, I'm like, I'm watching it. I'm going to have to watch it now. I am going to have to watch it. I do see the vision with that. So again, the Bravo world still influencing many different genres of entertainment and arts. Bravo is still, it's plugged in. Bravo is still that girl, as some people would say. Still. All right, let me see. Summer House premieres tomorrow. You guys, are you excited for Summer House? It's and we're gonna see cameras went back up, I think, when the Craig Page breakup happened. So okay, can't wait to see it. There's some stuff going down there, which we can talk about tomorrow. And cover this season of Summer House, and that should be really fun. All right, you guys, it's almost 2 hours. I have to let you all rest and sleep, but we have been well over 200 strong, which is amazing. Please smash that like. Hopefully we can hit 600 likes. Share me with your friends every time I let me see if it's true this time. Every time I do a live now, I lose a subscriber. You guys, I didn't lose a subscriber this time. I actually gained one. What the fuck?
Thank you. You're welcome.
What the fuck? Well, there's still time. Oops, there goes my desk. There's still time. Whoops, there goes my desk. Which ways? Okay, now it's going back down. I told Hype and Husband Show. People are getting mad. They're getting mad because they said they don't like Donald Trump because I think he stinks. I think he sucks balls. Okay, I lost one. I went down one. Someone must be watching. It was at 42,824 or 25. Now it's 42,824. So one of you assholes just did that. One of you, not you guys. But you know what? It feels good. It feels good to not censor yourself and not give in to the right-wing grift. Feels good. I need to try harder though, because I only lost one. But I'm sure by tomorrow there'll be 4 down, 40 more to go. But you guys are all real ones. You're awesome. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're pumpkin spice lattes and all the good things. John Wilson, thank you for being here. Shout out to my super chatters members today. Indiana Girl Jules, thank you. Christina, thank you so much. Araceli, thank you so much. You guys. Any other thing? Oh, Michelle, I starred your fun fact when we brought up Tanya Harding. Briefly, fun fact, Tanya Harding used to skate at the mall I worked at, and I made her the craziest espresso drinks, and she paid sweaty cash from her bra. Oh, delicious. Michelle. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. I'm so sorry. And yay, go Birds. All the things. Obviously, Skol all day, every day for the Vikings, but also go Birds because they are our champions. Okay. Champion auto store. Do. Now I'm going to get a comment. Is she stimming? I am. Definitely stimming. Okay. You guys have a wonderful night. Smash that like. Leave a comment after the video post. Don't forget to subscribe. Share me with your friends. I'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. And like I always say, enjoy yourself because it's later than you think. Bye.
If you like what you